Sorry. Yes.
Right. Okay. We have
Thank you.
Eva from Owerri. Z, you too, right?
Sorry, I didn't get what you said. Please,
Are
can
you
you?
are you connected from Owerri?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. So it's just Emmanuel from Port Harcourt. Wow. All right. So would any other person just love to? Okay. So, Prince, you please go ahead. Prince, you can unmute and speak. Prince, we can't really hear anything now.
My day and generally my day was fine and I understand everyone connected already all this time. And lastly, I am connected from Biafra.
Okay, you're connecting from Bayelsa.
So
Can anybody hear Princeville? Abi, it's just me.
Can't hear him.
Okay, okay. I guess his mic or something.
you are hearing me?
Y-
Hello, can you hear me
Your
now?
your voice kind of sounds as if you are far.
Okay, okay.
That's okay. How about now?
Yes, it's much better now.
Oh man, so sorry about that. Okay. Um, I am Sagbara Prince Will, and I'm connected from Bayelsa State. And about my day was quite busy because I belong to the 8:05 p.m. So I went to work quite early because of distance and the traffic, and got back a few minutes ago, about an hour ago to be precise.
Oh
So
wow, oh
I'm
wow.
glad. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being able to make it despite your very busy schedule. And I'm really optimistic that um I'm really optimistic that it's going to really be worth it. So I'm still kind of like trying to get our speaker. Our speaker said he was kind of like on the road. I should give him 5 6 minutes. So I was still here to. So yeah, God first. You wanted to say hi to us. So you can just unmute and speak. God first.
All right. Good evening. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I hear you clear. Go ahead.
All right. God first honor. community manager, software developer, and a serial volunteer. So currently, okay, my day was actually nice. It went well, but okay. Although I'm not still done with the day actually. Then based on my location, I'm joining from transit because the location
You say?
keeps changing. So I'm currently on transit by the way. So I'm not, there's no specified location. I'm coming from somewhere and going to somewhere. So it's a privilege to be part of this call. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, God first. It's really inspiring hearing despite our busy schedules was able to kind of like make it here and be here. I'm really grateful. So, what do you guys think about 7 p.m. Fridays for virtual events? Do you think it's a good timing? Because it was purposely picked for in case we have work or school, so that we know that okay, we're not thinking about that next day or in between, and also so that we don't get too involved in like maybe leisure activities which would literally take place towards 8 9 10, and maybe tired and want to sleep. So that's why we kind of like picked 7. And I'm kind of like so I want to know, do you think the 7 p.m. is a good and fantastic time for virtual meetups? So I would love to learn from you to take the feedback so that we use that as a guide for our future events too. No one wants to share your thoughts? Go ahead, Prince Will.
Okay, thank you once again. For me, frankly speaking, it's not a good time. Even though that I'm very interested in the topic and the discussion, I will not be here, and I may not even stay long, to be very sincere, because I just got back. I've not done anything, and especially for people like me that goes to work early in the morning and come back late in the evening, almost in the night. Fridays is not a good time. If you ask me to suggest, I would say maybe Saturday or Sunday. The reason I mention Saturday is most persons don't go to work on Saturdays. And if you do, like me, I work in a private sector. We close by 4, so at least it's a bit early. So I get home a little bit early. And then if it's Sunday, nobody goes to work on Sunday. Very few. Most persons that do work on Sunday, they are CEOs themselves. So Sunday, everybody might be relaxed. By 7 or 8 p.m., everybody is home. Everybody is well relaxed. So that's just my take.
All right. Thank you very much for that feedback. Much appreciated. Was any other person love to have an input too?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead now.
Okay. For me, I also think that Friday is not a good day because I also go to work. I work in a law firm and we close very late. So I may not be able to join the meetings if it will be scheduled on Fridays. The Saturday or Sunday is a good option. So you can choose either Saturday or Sunday.
Thank you very much. Prince, you still want to say something? Can go ahead.
No, 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 no. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. So, why I was asking this is because we've actually tried, mainly events are usually on Saturdays, and I think Sundays a few times. So this is like the first time we're attempting Friday evening night to test and see if it turn out to be pretty okay. But it's seemingly to be almost around the same thing. Like even our speaker is kind of like just kind of like drove home a few minutes ago and is kind of like dressing up, which of course is the one that picked the time. I was asked what time is okay with you. He said anytime. So, but it's very fine. Well, whenever I have anything I'm really interested in, I just usually plan for it, right? I purposely limited many of my engagements today just because of this. Someone like me, I can literally be busy Monday to Sunday. So I can't really say this is the better times, but anytime I can always uh, tune in, either because I'm mobile or I have my PC set up. I have my PC set up. So whichever way it really works fine. So I'm really glad I got to hear and learn your feedback. So use that for future um, um okay, so G Brain is here. Welcome, boss. Good to have you. So how's your day, boss? Hope the road and everything was pretty smooth and hitch free.
Hey guys, good evening. King, please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, yes, we hear you clear.
All right, guys. Good evening, guys. My name is Gee Brain Izuka. I'm a software developer, and it's nice to be with you guys. Sorry, I didn't keep the time. I had to rush home. I got delayed, but yeah, we're here now.
All right. So was asking how your day went and your week generally. Hope it all went well.
Well, we thank God. We thank God. It went well. We can only but thank God.
All right. So Maiwa Oluwaleke, is it Oluwaleke or Oluwaleke? Abiodun, welcome. Saw you joined in with G Brain. It's as though you were all together. You all came in together. Um, really glad to get to have you. Would any of you just like to wave and say hi, or just brief introduction of yourself so that we know, or before our brain goes ahead. So yeah, Abiodun, you can go ahead if you want to, just give us a brief introduction. Where are you connecting from? What do you do? And etc. You can unmute and speak, Abiodun.
Um, all right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lake. My name is Leke Abiodun. I'm calling from Lagos. Connecting from Lagos. I'm a software developer, full stack, web, mobile, and desktop. I currently work with TechPoint Africa, and
Wow,
so yeah, pretty much. It's nice to be here.
wow, this is really fantastic. Thank you so much. So in case you'd like to work with big startups too, we have Abiodun here. Thank you so much. Welcome. I trust this is really going to be an exciting one for you, as well as looking forward to, your fantastic inputs too in the course of the event. So yeah, I think without further ado, we've actually spent quite a lot of while so that we don't get to spend too much and bore you guys. Let's get right into the exciting stuff that we've all been waiting for here. G Brain, you can kindly just give me a wave to signify that you're ready for us and all your stuff is real set. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for hanging on with us for a while. We'll be hearing from G Brain Izuka. He's a software engineer too. Full stack, and he's very very active on Twitter Spaces. Verified. Even Elon Musk follows him, right? He does lots of tech related, posts lots of tech related Twitter X Spaces. I get to join in, and it really has a very active and thriving community. It's really inspiring tuning in. So most likely we could even be having events like this more often, but most likely we could try and attempt hosting one on X Spaces, right? It's usually not really something our own community people are into that much, so that's why there's that skepticism. But there's nothing bad in trying. So thank you so much for accepting to speak with us today, Gozie, and we're really grateful. So without further ado, the floor is yours. Thank you, sir.
Good once more, and another sincere, heartfelt apology. I'm sorry I didn't show up uh, as scheduled. I I had to rush some anyways, but it's nice being here. I can see faces I'm familiar with. God first. Shout out to God first. Elijah. Shout out to Elijah. And shout out to everyone. Even though I may not be able to recognize the names at this point, it's nice being with you guys today. My name is Gee Brain Izuka, aka G Brain. I'm a software developer and the founder of the Sarcastic Geeks tribe. And it's really nice. It's really nice speaking to you guys today. One of the subtopics, one of the subtopics we'll be handling today is breaking down complex and technical ideas into simpler ones. And that's like the main topic, even simplifying complex tech, making the hard stuff easy. Now I'll start from this. It's not something new. If you say you don't know, that means you're either not a software developer, you're either not a techie, or you know you're okay. Sorry about that. Um, you're either not a software developer, you're either not a techie, or you're I don't know. If you say you don't know that this field is boring, it's like you're not even here. But it doesn't have to be that way, all right? It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be anything of that nature. It doesn't have to be something that is, complex. It's not space science. It's not space science. It's not rocket science. It's something that is doable. Now, how do you make the complex stuff easy? That's what we'll be discussing today. Normally, when I speak, I do not just speak alone. I try to speak with I try to speak with members of the audience. So at any point in time while I speak, if you feel like you've got a contribution, or if you feel like if you feel like you have a contribution, just raise your hand. All right, and then you know I'll let you in and you flow with me. All right. And also I won't be speaking all that long so that it doesn't get boring because we're trying to escape boring, right? So let's go from there. Now we're simplifying the complex uh, stuff. How do we do that? Number one is that you actually have to enjoy what you're doing. Okay, you actually have to enjoy what you're doing. You know the and yeah, I'm of the motion that you can actually join tech for money. I'm in support of that motion, anyways. You can actually money in tech. Why shouldn't you? Because of this, you know, it can make a living if you more for me. You enjoy what there's career path existing on the planet that gives you instant money. Yeah, there are get quick rich schemes out there, but then we know how it goes with get rich quick schemes, right? And tech is not a get rich quick scheme. Yeah, there's money in tech. There's big money. There's small money. There's some crazy money to be made in tech. But the number one thing is that you actually need to enjoy. Okay, you actually need to enjoy what you do, right? So if you're a software developer and you do not enjoy building this stuff, see, no matter how much money there is here, you're not going. You may not even last. All right, and it will always look difficult to you because you don't enjoy it. I When I started writing React.js, I wrote React.js. I started writing with CRA, Create React App. I built with CRA to an extent that I actually even fell in love with CRA. It took a lot of convincing to make me start using Vite. Is it Vite or Vite? I don't know. Vite. I'll call it Vite. It took a while for me to actually start using Vite. Yeah. Why? I had even despite, and I'm not saying that Great React app is great, despite its complexities, because that stuff is very heavy. I don't know why it's very heavy. They see 1.2 gig for small file, for small app, and all those type of things. But then I enjoyed this so much that I started seeing the what do I call it? I started seeing the good in it. Okay, I started seeing some parts like, hey, this thing will happen. Okay, there's this stuff that shows up in the terminal for create React app that doesn't show for Vite. What they call it? This stuff was defined but never used. Yeah, it's not going to break your app in production, but some people don't like leaving, defined stuff that they never used. So you can just go and clean it up. You see, stuff like that. It doesn't mean that it's a big deal, but you see how somebody can end up enjoying something as minute as that. All right. So the bottom line here is that you actually have to enjoy what you're doing. That's the only way you can make it simple. You enjoy what you're doing. That's number one. Number two is that don't be emotionally attached to a stack. Okay. Hey, I love React so much. I'm never going to use Next.js. It's not a good one. And don't be, emotionally attached to basically what this point is, don't be emotionally attached to any stack. Don't be attached to a stack that, hey, I love React so much I cannot use Next.js. Or hey, I want to learn all the trending stacks. I'm done learning React. I need to learn Next.js. It's not I don't know why you should do like that anyway, because one of the second option I said, you may end up in what is called is it the learner's loop? I think that's what it's called, learner's loop. You just keep learning because frameworks are coming out every blessed day. Not literally, but you get me. Frameworks are always coming out, and then you have this compulsiveness to just keep learning it. You understand? I finished learning React, let me learn Next.js. And after you finish learning Next.js, there's going to be Henry.js. Oh, I need to learn Henry.js. And when you're done with Henry.js, you learn Mayowa.js because they'll keep bringing and they'll tell you, no, in fact, the Henry.js you learn, you need to learn the one that has fight in it, and then you need to relearn that one again. You understand me? So you just need to pick a stack, keep learning it, and then while you're learning it, you learn how to make it easier for yourself. Okay, keep learning how to make it easier for yourself to the point whereby on your own you realize, I don't think React is doing it. You understand? I don't think React is doing it. I feel like Next.js can do it better. You're switching not because Next.js is new, is shiny, but it's because you've read the docs, you've done your research, and you're like, nah, it has some things that I need. Emphasis on I, like you're the one that need it. Some people are out there saying it doesn't have server side rendering, and some of those same people that are saying React doesn't have server side rendering, they're still building custom backend. I thought you needed server side rendering. Why not just use the server side rendering that comes with the Next.js? You can see that it wasn't actually their problem in the first place. They just want to use something shiny. I'm not saying React is better than Next or Next is better, but then if you're going to switch, it should be something that it's something that affects you on a personal level. Okay, now let's keep going. Another way to make things easy for you is to outsource. I don't know how to overemphasize on this, but outsourcing is it's one of God's greatest gifts to developers. Okay, you don't have to build that carousel yourself. There's a there's a package for that. Install it and use the library. You don't have to handle your dates by yourself. There's Moments JX, there's Moments JS, there's Dates FNS. You can use any of them. You do not have to handle. In fact, you do not have to handle a couple of things by yourself. You do not have to handle tables. What do they call it? Sorry, tabs, accordions, and the rest by yourself. Yeah, I know you can write it. I know you're a badass developer, but you have things to do. You feel me? You can always outsource, just install and go. It's not like I take all my advice, but I feel you should also take my advice. Yeah, you do not have to do some of those things by yourself. It's the AI revolution now. I know everybody, AI everywhere. Don't beat yourself up by, hey, I write my codes by myself. I go tell the ego, make him give you award because you need the award very well. There's no big deal. Even companies these days, if they employ you, they will give you access to their premium chat GPT to use. Okay, so there's no shame in using AI. All right. Outsource as much as possible. Okay. It's one of the ways to as long as you know what you're doing. I saw someone vibe coding the other day. I think I posted it on X, and what they said was when I click on the button, a box should come out. And I was like, it's called a modal. Tell the AI modal. Tell it modal. So that the AI knows you're a developer, and then it will even because the input AI is the same thing as when they introduced computers to us. They said it's garbage in, garbage out. That's what AI is. If you tell it to bring a box for you, to bring box for you. In fact, if I'm that AI, I'll bring literally a box, a box that a picture of a box you can put clothes. Since it don't have sense, you should outsource. Okay, it makes your work very easy. You should outsource as much as possible. All right, and outsourcing doesn't actually even end uh, and using libraries, using dependencies, using AIs and tools like that. Outsourcing goes down or goes as far as getting someone to even do the job. Yeah, unethical ways to make money. It goes as far as even getting someone to do the job. So let's take for instance Oluwaleke. I hope I pronounced it well. Oluwaleke. He got a job and then he's supposed to build. I don't know what do you want to build now? An online power bank. That's my best example. So Leke is supposed to build an online power bank. You see, Leke doesn't have to know front end, all of front end, all of back end, all of middle end, all of up end, down end, left end, right end. He doesn't have to know all of those stuff. He takes the job. They pay him probably, I don't know, let's just call figures 1 million. And then he's going to write, hey, Henry, you do front end, right? Okay. There's this online power bank we're building. You're cool to join in. And hey, sure, yeah, sure. I think I've heard of something like that before. Yes. Then hey, and both of you exchange and dialogue, and it's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. And Lake is like, I'll pay you 200,000. And the dialogue, okay, 200. Okay, because of you, I'll do it. And then they need a back end, and they're like, Mayowa, you handle back end for us now. And after more dialogue, 300. And at the end of the day, front end, top end, all the ends, they've gotten all the ends, and then he has spent about 600 or 700. One, he still has funds for himself. Two, in this tech space, devs know they give you job. So if any dev give you job, carry them for mind. Say you owe that dev either a job or just carry them for mind. Say you owe the dev anyways. If I'm a dev, if I give you job today, it's not because I like you, because there are plenty people I like, and I don't give jobs based on likeness. I give jobs because don't mean no for my hand now. So it means you're even good. So if I give, for instance, if I give Henry a job today, and if I get a front end job, I don't know how to put it. Is it ceteris paribus, all things being equal? Henry, you owe me a job, or you owe me recommendation. You owe me something. So you can see that just with that outsourcing for developers, you've made money for yourself. You've made money for yourself. You've also uh how do I say it? You've gotten people to owe you. You've gotten people to owe you now. Okay. So in all said and done, you if you don't remember any of the things I said, you should remember outsourcing. Outsourcing is one of the ways to make things easier. So I'll wrap it up. I'll wrap it up before I drop the mic. Number one is to love what you do. Number two is to number one is to love what you do. Number two is to get access to tools and all those type of things. Why number three is outsourcing. Outsourcing cannot be overemphasized. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for letting me speak. I really appreciate. Shout out Henry.
All right. That was really brief and direct. I was expecting you to be spending like 1 hour or like 35 minutes with beautiful slides and stuff. Well, this is another very direct direction. Yeah, thank you so much. Um, so in the chat too, I've also kind of like, dropped how Gee Brain was able to kind of like, divide this into three brief parts, right? Number one, love what you do, access to tools that will make your work easier, and a reference AI. Then of course outsourcing. And honestly, I actually do outsourcing a lot, right? And one of the things I do, network installations and engineering. And a clinic, like a whole clinic, asked me to come and install network for them. I I reached out to all the network guys. I just reached out to like one network guy in my contacts. He was not available. I had to use my previous colleagues from where I used to work, and they were all happy that they got to share money, right? So, and of course, at least they know I've done something good for them, so they owe me. So yeah, these are very, very key, and also to kind of like add a little bit to everything that he has said. So if you have questions, you can prepare your questions and everything, right? So the truth is, whatever thing you may really want to get into, starting out newly is never really easy, right? It's never really easy. So your grit, your wits will really do you a great deal. You really have to um make that constant effort about showing up every day, right? And truly, learning is not really easy. And maybe if you're learning with videos, it's easy to just be watching videos, But when it's time to get into like you want to attempt to redo what you've just watched someone do, you realize that I don't know this thing now. Then you start, you know, copying the person step after step. And that will now lead to some people, talking about the syndrome, imposter syndrome. All of those things are, processes, right? The most important thing we all really have to really pay attention to, right? Just that, and every skill you would really want to learn, be it full stack, front end, back end, UX. The beginning is always very easy. So it's as you go on, at least your skill level has a very stable trajectory of gradually improving and getting better, right? So showing up and being consistent in that will really do a great deal. I think consistency is a very great deal. And another thing, this one too, another thing, this one too could also be with outsourcing, communities are really, really helpful. You could be building something and you're stuck somewhere, you're finding a couple things difficult and stuff like that. You have friends that have a guide. I'm really hooked on this area. Can you help me? What do you think I can do to, and you see people would happily, share you their thoughts and stuff, which would really, really help you work faster, right? So, and of course, you can also reference AI too for help and stuff like that. So all of these things are really, really key to helping, whatever we're building way easier and faster, right? So thank you so much once again, Gozie. It was really a fantastic session with you. I don't know if there are questions, contributions. Like I said, you should prepare them. You can kindly just wave your hand if you have any thoughts and insights to share with us, and we can go sequentially. Just raise your hand. Joshua, you have a question? Please, if you have a question or contribution, you can raise your hands. Yes. If you are shy of speaking, you can also type your question on the chat. So I'm just going to give about 2 minutes for that. Questions, contributions. So while that is going on, we'll be doing something also very, very exciting. This is like a community, right? And one thing that community really does for us, it really helps connect all of us, right? It really gets to connect all of us. So um we can all connect too in the chat box. Um you can type your social and let people get to connect with you. Like I just typed the social for ATC Africa Imo State. So you can just click and of course, follow us on X. It'll be really exciting to get to have you. So guys, feel free to type in your personal social in the chat box and have people get to, yeah. Feel free to type in your social in the chat. Let whoever that's able to get to connect with you too. We can all connect with each other on the chat. So I would also like drop my personal, so we can all connect. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for making our time to be here. I'm really glad that this was kind of like brief and direct so that we can all get to enjoy the rest of our days. And really surprised to see a lot of persons joining in. So I think most likely we may also look towards certain events at 8 p.m. So thank you so much, guys. I trust you really had a fantastic one. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we're looking forward to having more and more and more events like this, connecting, techies. And if you would also want to get to have a session too, you can also reach out to me or any of the core team, and you can also get to share a couple thoughts with the community too. So thank you so much. Thank you, Elijah, Biodun, Promise, Fine. Ah, I was hoping to hear some exciting questions from Abiodun, but I guess he's already a senior techie, so maybe that might not be that important. How far Abiodun
I'm not a senior.
work no dey tech point. How go fit take join you for there now?
Oh, there's no work at the moment.
So what do you do
So
generally at tech point?
okay, so well, I'm a full stack dev, yeah, front end, back end. Use WordPress maybe.
Okay,
So I build
WordPress.
custom WordPress plugins, yes, custom WordPress plugins, and anything that needs to be done to then I don't know if I can say this, yeah. But then I'm building some other custom stuff instead of actually having to like pay for some services, you know. Because as a developer, one of your one of the things you should bring to an organization is to reduce costs. So and eventually maybe your own money might go up, depends on where you're working. But if you're also able to help them reduce costs, it's very important. So that's how I think as a developer, because I've been doing freelance for a very long time. So I try and make sure that anywhere I work, I make sure my client spends as very little as possible. Yes, it may be selfish, so me I can get more money, but in the end, the product will also be able to run because they have to incur large costs on paying for cloud services and all. Then if the product is not making that much money in the beginning, they might even have to shut down, even no matter how good the product is. So yeah, I guess that's my own 2 cents.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic and very, very true. That's very fantastic and very true. Even um, TechPoint is really so blessed to have you. A lot of engineers doesn't really even think this way, right? They don't think some people still have that general mindset of let me take my money and go my way. You know, a startup literally has a lot of things they have to, be responsible for. Talking about rent, utilities alone is crazy. Then you talk about HR and a couple other stuffs, and there's a way business works, First 6 months could be crazy lots of money. And the next 6 months, if you don't use that crazy lots of money well, you realize that the next 6 months you could be struggling, right? So, yeah, and a lot of these services that we really do pay for are kind of like things that we could actually self-build. Depends on your skill level, of course. You know, I know a lot of engineers that will just build stuff for fun. Like you see CV building website and you like what it's doing, and you worked on something a little bit similar. Is the way it uses AI to do this and that, and you just incorporate a couple AI stuff and build the entire stuff. And for yourself, you have a free, in case you want to update your CV, you just go there. Some of them even just run it on their system as their server, without, thinking of cloud. They use it and just get a nice CV and cover letter and just go out. So all of these things, people are really doing it, and it's really fantastic to see. Well done. And that is literally how startups, come about. You could build very exciting, many startups. That's, I think, for instance, Slack, right? Was just vibes and crews building a couple things for internal team, and the global market was in high demand for it. So well done. So that's why communities too are here like this, right? We could also get to connect. I could have an idea, you could have an idea, we could co-build together.
Yeah, that's
If
cool.
yeah, it blows up. We'll say surely you don't enter board of director. And one thing about being part of startups is that um even though it blows up, you really have the opportunity to get to have some sort of free time because you could decide to outsource a lot, unless it has gotten to a level where you really have to cut costs to see the scale through. You might even have to leave all of your jobs to give that your entire focus. So yeah, Joshua also said he designs too.
want for their brand. So at least I'm human, and the clients can argue with me back and forth, and we are doing that kind of thing, right? Now imagine you arguing with AI. I can say this because I know what I go through with AI every day. At the company I work right now, I work for them as the social media manager, and I make designs for them, content, and I'm like everything, right? So I have to like work with AI, come up with content calendars, come up with the kind of tone I want to use. Then we argue every time. You understand? So imagine now me that I'm a designer and I'm already in the tech space. I'm having issues with like understanding what AI want. Now imagine if a client, a normal person who doesn't even know anything about this, how the person would struggle to understand what AI want. So we that we are into AI, and it gives you some. Even if you say AI does not give you So we that we are into AI, and it gives some, even this you have to see debug it, right? Because sometimes there are kind of like errors there. So this man was a layman, he didn't understand anything. He went to pay somebody to learn artificial intelligence, and he didn't know. Then I asked him, sir, do you have any skill? Like, where do you want to apply this artificial intelligence? He said himself he does not even know. I said, is it that you want to do content writing? Then the content writing, you have to come up with topics. Then you give it to AI, and it helps you to come up with like um, content writing. And then you have to like still edit it and post. And then you are consistent. Or you want to create videos, then you have to use AI that generate videos, and then you generate them, and you have to be consistent with it. You can't just do one thing and be consistent with it. Because it's for how to make money from it. So that's why most time tech looks so big. Why? It is not really hard, but my bro, it is still hard. So most times people come into tech with the end goal of I want to make it, I want to just make this money. So when you want to make the money and you are in tech 1 month, 2 months, or you are not seeing anything, the thing will look so big to you, and you say, well, if I had known, I would have learned maybe how to do carpentry or any other thing. You understand? So simplifying tech, there are people who create websites using code. They are still, I think the other guy that was talking with KingHenry at the time, I think we're talking about WordPress, right? Where people, so it's not everybody that will write code in tech, right? It's not everybody that will write code. There are some people that their work is just content writing. They are still in this tech. Some people their job is email marketing. Some are data analysts, right? Some are photography, right? So everything is tech, right? So it's just that in the tech there are still hierarchies. There are people that are above you. That's why when you come into a company, a front end developer wouldn't be collecting the same salary with a back end developer, right? A senior engineer and a junior engineer wouldn't be collecting the same amount. A lead designer and a junior designer would. So it just depends on your experience, right? It depends on your experience in the industry, right? That's why tonight we can host an event like this, and we can invite Brian to come and speak because he's somebody with experience. So in tech also, you have to like give in the hours. I can tell you that I've been designing for close to like 9 years, right? And I would say 7 years officially, right? So a young designer you're just coming up and is hearing the amount that I charge. Let's say, okay, he sees my invoice. Maybe I charge the client maybe 100K for a brand identity design. And the designer is like, why? Why is this guy charging this amount? I mean, I'm charging 2K. I'm not charging that amount because of I'm the super best, right? I'm charging for the years of experience that I have put into this craft, right? I have branded myself, I have made a name for myself. So getting into tech, first of all, you have to know which one is good for you. Like which one can you really thrive in? Some persons go and learn coding because they hear that. King Henry, I think as of last year, the one that was buzzing was cyber security, right? Everybody was talking about more, there's money in cyber security. But when you now start getting into the complex area, people now start withdrawing. So first of all, find what you have passion for, and then start from the basic. Don't just fly because if you fly, you might also fly out. So since King Henry is back, I think I'll be passing the mic to him so that he can say some things he wants to say, and let's see if we can round up. My lead. Good evening, sir. Emmanuel, you raised your hand up. You have something to say. You can put on your mic.
Okay, thank you. I just want to react to what you said about like learning the basics and not just flying. Okay, actually, my real name is Erega, then what popularly called Emmanuel. Okay, well, reacting to what you said, okay, let me use myself like as a case study. So currently I'm learning JavaScript with the aim of going full stack. So when I heard about this vibe coding of a thing, I decided to like hop on it. So without like grasping the basics like very well, I just went to ChatGPT, use the AI and like prompted it to like make this to do list and something like that. And funny enough, I didn't understand any like function, nothing there on the, like I understood anything. I didn't understand anything from there. So I just had to like calm down, go back to the basics, and I started learning. So I'm just reacting to what you said about not flying. If not, we'll just fly out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's just like even in crypto, right? Even in crypto, or let's say in this our tech, somebody that wants to become a medical doctor, right? I think the person studies for close to like 6 to 7 years, and after that they still go for practice and stuff like that. But it's only in tech. Somebody just hears tech. Like I don't know when this thing started. Whether it's when the word came about tech bro, Texas. People just hear the name and say, "Oh, let me just enter this thing." So they have to be like the beginner phase, right? You want to go into if you want to be a app developer, you have to start from the basic one. You don't know HTML, you don't know CSS, right? You don't know simple stuff like that. And you want another guy being all this React, bro, you are going to hang. All right, you are going to hang. Me, as a person, I have knowledge of front-end development, right? I think I studied computer science, right? But I knew that that is not like my stronghold, right? So that's why I chose to build my brand around brand identity design, social media management, marketing, and digital marketing. And I know that around my circle, I have people who are app developers, right? I have website developers. And definitely, if they are going to create a website, they're definitely going to need my service, right? Which is designing their logos, designing how their brand is going to look like. And I can still offer insight in UI UX. All right. So most times we shouldn't go into tech because of other people are doing this. You even know that there's this one project managers. Project managers, in fact, this ones they don't even write codes, they don't do stuff, they are just there to lead the projects. But to be fair, before you become a project manager, you must have at least had one or two tech skill, like growing up in the industry before you get to that level. So we should always try to start from the scratch. Even if you want to really learn from ChatGPT, you can tell ChatGPT that give me a roadmap. I'm a beginner, like I'm a beginner. I don't know anything about this particular course I want to take. So it gives you a roadmap and you start from that like a baby in kindergarten, right? Keep following the step. Whether it tells you just create the HTML structure so that you will display your name. This is my first website. Start from there. When you now do this is my first website, screenshot it, right? Post it on LinkedIn. Today I created this is my first website. That is, somehow you are building your portfolio, right? Then tomorrow you add color. Today I was able to add color to my background. Then the next one you add marquee. You say, okay, I was able to do this. I was able to create a nav bar. I was able to create the body. So even you, like, there's a particular girl that I've been following. I think she's our assistant lead for ATC IMSU. I've forgotten her name right now. I don't know why I forgot her name. I think she has been learning app development, and she
Divine
has been
peace.
posting her. Yeah?
Is it divine peace?
Yes, yes, Divine Peace, Divine
Mm.
Peace. She has been posting her journey of into app development. So all she has been learning, she has been posting it step by step, so that even yourself, when you get to a particular level, you'll be able to know, oh, I've gotten somewhere. So if you don't start from that basic, my bro, when you like you said you were confused. Just imagine somebody that say, I want to create a website, and somebody says my fee is 500K, my fee is 200K, and you're like, why? There's AI now. Now AI can make it easy. Okay, now go and use AI. So you go into ChatGPT and you prompt for AI to create a landing page for you. And then you now say, okay, what next am I going to do? You now go to YouTube and you now say, okay, you have to have like Visual Studio Code. Then you now have to now copy the code and bring it into Visual Studio Code. Now you are seeing all these lines of code, like 100 or 200 lines of code, and you are confused. Reason is that you don't know anything about that field. Forget this AI. AI is just here to help us. We that are in the industry. The only person that is going to lag behind is the person that decides not to employ the help of AI in his job. So you just be slow, like you'll be giving output but at a slower rate. But if you are as a tech person, you start applying AI into your job, it makes your job more easier. For instance, I work in an aesthetic place, and I've been making most of their videos. So our doctor said she wanted to be making some videos by herself. So I said, okay. Then I went to her office yesterday, and she was using CapCut on her phone. So she will make small edits. She will go to YouTube. She will go to her edit. She had to come into come and help her make some corrections. I was all laughing. I'm like, everybody should focus on their job. Stop feeling that because you have CapCut on your phone, you can edit like a professional, right? Everybody cannot be a professional. Just learn it, and you would grow from there onwards. So, does any other person have any contribution this evening? And if you have not yet dropped your Twitter account, or X as we call it, please drop it. It's very important. The reason is that so that when we follow you and you follow us back, especially our Twitter community, ATC Imo State, because that's how the algorithm for X works. If you like something that you want to keep seeing on your feed, Twitter will keep giving you that same thing. So if you like, most of us here we are tech guys, right? So if you now interact with our posts, Twitter will keep on giving you posts like that, and like that you might get opportunities of job interviews, right? So if you are always interacting with Sabine content, all those kind of content, that is what you'll be seeing on your timeline. So you wouldn't have the opportunity to like see other kind of posts that will put you in the tech space. One of the things that will help beginners to grow most times is communities, the right, and not just community, finding the right communities. All right. So I guess this is 8:23, and we have said a lot. I wasn't here when our speaker was speaking. I'm really, really sorry. I closed very late from work. I closed by 5 and stayed till 7. It's when I came online, I just saw we are live. I say, live where? So I had to come up here back and see what's going on. So my lead, King Henry, I saw Z here before. I think she has left.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Joshua. That's the cool lead of this amazing community, and I trust he held the ground very tight. And yeah, really fantastic time. We'll be looking forward to seeing you guys again and again. I really want to see all of these faces again. I do hope you're part of the community, WhatsApp community. If you're not, do reach out. We'd love to connect with each and every one of you. Let's not just be talking about tech. Let's build stuff with this tech. Like we're talking about money. If the main reason for you to want to get into tech is money, it's nice for it to be money. It can be money. Money can be your motivation, but I love people having the mentality of, having a skill, right? Even though you have a physical skill, let's say you're a carpenter or you're a furniture person or you know how to sell, you're a salesperson. In this current generation, I still believe every single person alive in this current generation needs a technical skill, a tech skill, right? Like they say, a bro not in tech is a bro in technical difficulties. That's one of my favorite quotes from Lai Wasabi, you know. So it's very, very important you're in tech. So you don't have to want to do coding. And even though you are doing around different things, just to find where you would rather spend most time in, that's still fine. You could explore a little bit to discover yourself, right? You know, I started out with codes. I loved codes. Okay, I started out because I love trading. I was good in forex then. Then I was like, this forex no be work. Oh. You know, I had to, thank God for, Sapa and a couple other things. I had to learn real skills. So I got into development, full stack, and then networking, CCNA. And for a while now, I've not been able to really write codes, right? Because I've been working mainly with communities, but at least I have a very solid technical background. Just last week, one girl came with me with HTML, CSS, JavaScript assignments to that is not working. This and that. My mind fly. I say, hell, this girl want to kill me. Me that I haven't looked at code for a while now. But I didn't want to fall my hands. I said she should come. Let's look at it. My brother, lo and behold, in just clicking around for like 2, 3 minutes, then it's as if everything just came back to my head. And I went through her code one after the other, line by line. Then in less than 20 minutes, I was done debugging her code, right? And she was like, ah, yeah, machine. Oh. This one, she's right there with me. So it's not that I cannot copy and paste on ChatGPT to help me correct. She was right there with me. Even deep down in my heart, I'm saying, ah, this girl, go out and peace now. But that kind of challenge was really exciting and it really did something in me. It really did something. It really boosted my confidence that, wow, I really have this in me. So it's very nice. And honestly, I've been hearing about vibe coding. I don't really know what it means much, but listening to you guys, I now understand what it means. I literally thought it was like just writing code and we going. I didn't know it was using ChatGPT and copying and pasting. So thank you so much. I really believe we learned so much. Thank you all so much once again for joining. Thank you all once again, and thank you, our dear speaker, G Brain. I think he left too. Really fantastic time here, and this session was being recorded. It's going to be uploaded to a YouTube channel, and if you want to get a hold of it, just be active in the community. When it's uploaded, it will be dropped there, right? So let's learn and build stuff. That's the sweetest and easiest way to get job security and get rich, right? If it works. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and let's have a beautiful day together. Beautiful weekend.
Good night,
Enjoy your
everyone.
weekend.
Good night.
Good night.
Happy weekend, sir.